All right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. So, just got here, called Pam, right? And she wants me to go to do something for Alyssa. And I said, fine. You know, I get the form, what have you. Then she said that she didn't get into summer school because they didn't send an acceptance letter. And I'm like, well, that's not what I told. I was told that, since I had wrote my name, email, stuff like that her name also, her email also, that she would be in the summer school, right? And I went and I asked again, and I was told yes, right? So whatever happens this year, whatever, they always change in the narrative, and they use her to try to tell me some straight up narrative. So now she wants me to go this way. I got to fill out forms and do all this shit. I'm like, why is all this? Last year I didn't have this. I didn't have this much issue. She did it last year, okay? Right, and I don't mind doing it, but again, I look at how they target me and what it is that they're up to, and they're up to something. They're up to something. Basically, again, trying to retaliate for me speaking up about what it is that they're exposing their criminality and their criminal action towards me as a TI and towards other TIs as well. And so what do? They retaliate. Like I talk about the pettiness. This is why, when I listen to Bobby Hemmett and he talks about the shit that he goes through is the same shit that we as TIs go through also, and the use. But what he doesn't understand is the use of technology, the use of radio wave and microwave frequency to manipulate the people around you, right? And then again, how to get away with it is because these technologies is highly classified. They don't want to admit these technologies exist, even though we know that they do, right? We know that they do. Go and read these research papers about using microwave and radio frequency to control the behavior of human beings, right? Look at how scientists have been able to use light, right? Again, light to control the movement and directions of worms and other animals. Okay, and isn't anything new. Let's talk about Dr. Jose Delgado in the 1970s New York Times article. What kind of human beings would we like to create? Right? The implantation of a microchip wirelessly to microchip in the shoulders of a rhesus monkey, very small chip, microchip, and able to control the behavior of that animal wirelessly. And this was in 1970. So you see, they cannot deny these things, right? But because the U.S. government and the dark triads within the higher ups within the U.S. government, security agencies, military, DoD, DARPA, all that stuff, they've again using this technology. And because I've been a TI for so long and studying what they do, and again because they already told me no one's going to believe what you say, right? How they create, particularly as a TI, how they try to entrap you, particularly if they consider you to be, and I started to really become more and more convinced about the QuantaPro document from the FBI of finding any black person, young black person who they feel is a threat, who can unite black people, right? And it's not just one person, right? But every black person that come into consciousness and realizing that this system for what it is, right? And who love black people, who want to do things to benefit black people, they don't want that, right? This system is created to hold black people at the bottom. And religion is a tool that is used to further indoctrinate black people's mind into passivity. And then with the technology now, remember I talk about the Wizard of Oz, Dorothy, right? And what happened, right? The Oompa Loompa, ignorant, not knowing, right? That you have a man who is more technology advanced, right? Who has built certain things in order to manipulate their minds. And this is what I'm talking about. This is how you, as I said, that manipulate their minds. You get the sirens in the background, predator department. So, and because I know what it is that they have done and continue to do, they have to remove you from the society as a witness and as a victim. right? Because like I said, you are their dirty laundry. You are the victim and the proof that they've engaged in uh, non-consensual human experimentation. On top of that, the violation of your rights, all laws, whether it be international or domestic laws, against uh, doing things to individual or group of people in such manner, they're violent. But they don't care because, again, white people, like I said, white people, relationship when it comes to black people is one of a psychopathic and sociopathic nature because they have made us their prey. Okay? And instead of changing their behavior, right, because they know that they're going to be black people, as we see in any society which oppresses a group of people, you're always going to be those within those society, those oppressed group that's going to rise up, right? And this is what they're trying to prevent. So when they talk about the black messiahs and all this stuff, this is what I'm talking about. The use of the technology. When you look, particularly black people in America, we have no leaders, no true leaders. They want to tell us and show us who our leaders are, right? And the leaders people who they try to show us leaders are, don't do anything for the black people. They don't build anything. Even though they're wealthy, but they're athletes, Hollywood celebrities, right? And their mind has already been conditioned because they're celebrity status and they're athletes, so they're more about they become like colorblind. So when you hear them speak, right, their mindset have changed from when they were younger, dealing with racism, right, to now that they're more well recognized, right, they tend to have this false consciousness of this colorblind society, right? So this is how they condition these wealthy black people, right? Because they got to, they're always going to allow a small group of people, of oppressed, marginalized people into that high society, but they make sure that they control them. You cannot, if you want to speak on certain issues, this is what's going to happen. You're not going to work again. You're not going to, such. And so it keeps them quiet because they used to, now they live in that high lifestyle, right? That wealthy lifestyle. So they're not going to do, if you look at the people who really care about black people, like Dr. Umar Johnson, as well as others, and I bring up Dr. Umar Johnson because, again, here's a man who clearly loves black people, who clearly wants what's best for black people, and yet they have turned black people against him. They have sent honey traps that he didn't even recognize until somebody said, "Listen, no, you don't need to be associated with these types of females," right? But again, it's to control the message, and it's fine whichever female he wants to associate himself with. I don't really care. I care more about his love and appreciation for black people, want what's best for black people. But because white racists create within our minds this idea that we are morally superior, right? Which we're not, right? We're not morally superior. It's like how they're not morally superior. But they can tell us who to hate, who to support, who not to support. And we fall for it. We go for it, And I was posting these articles on weathering, right? Weathering is a term used to describe how racism and discrimination negatively affect black people in terms of our health, in terms of aging prematurely, in terms of hypertension, heart disease, all the stuff is a direct result of living in a society that is highly discriminatory, highly racist against black men and black women and black children. Okay? But like I said, religion makes you blind from these things. That you don't think about these things. So when you're out there, targeting me, like you're also damaging your own, not only your own psychological state, but your biological health as well. Okay? Talk to you guys in the next video.